How are you doing, Amrita?
Fine, good, good.
That's so nice. So, yes, that's nice to know, Subha, that your one module is getting over. Excellent. So now I have another question. When, you all have an option that you can go have nice time with your family members in Delhi. It is, I mean, in the morning, it was a wonderful weather. Now it has become again chilled. You can have nice pakoras, tea, and sit in front of Netflix, isn't it? Still, you have chosen to attend this session. First of all, thank you so much for that. It means a lot for ProTouch and ProTouch family. Thank you so much. But when you are coming here, what are your expectations from today's session? Please put it in the chat box. Please put it in the chat box, or some of you can unmute and let me know. I'm very curious to know. Okay, so Paul is saying new learning, amazing. New value addition, great. That is also come with a blank slate. Okay, anything else? Deepika, thank you so much for keeping your video on. I love to see you. Yes, what else? Okay, learn about applicability. I think Juhi, Juhi saying, oh, that's so nice to see you, Juhi, here. I was like, Juhi Gupta. Great, so nice to see you. Okay, to be updated with new trends. Okay, great. Awesome. So to grab to grab Aparna's energy, amazing. Thank you so much. You are passing on a lot of energy from your side as well. So some of you knows me, some of you may not know me. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Aparna Sethi. I come with 20 years of experience. I have started my career with manufacturing industry, started career with sales, then shifted to HR. So I always say marketing is my first love. And no one can forget their first love, isn't it? And I'm having rocking married life with HR, loving life here. Then I worked in service industry. I was also with academics for a very long time. And then we started our company called ProTouch. Okay. So my another co-founder, Rahul, is also here on the forum. So those who do not know, I'm sure there are some of you are completely new to ProTouch. So I and Rahul both are the founder member of ProTouch. And we are into various programs. Few programs are like HR generalist, HR analytics, business analytics for managers, Tableau, POSH TTT. So these are the various programs, just to name few we have. We also deliver a lot of corporate training sessions like diversity, inclusion, sales, acceleration, leadership, and a lot of customized programs. Okay. And yes, my team members are also there. They will also post our website details so that you can go visit. So that's all. I'm not going to take much time. No sales pitch. Okay, great. So we are going to look at today on one model, okay, which you can use it anywhere while making people related decisions. Okay. And how's today's agenda is going to be? Today's agenda is going to be first, I think my introduction that we have done, briefing about ProTouch we have done. Very important is our today's main learning session, followed by question and answers. And yes, feel free to post your questions in the chat box while discussing. Okay. There is a possibility that I may not be able to take that question there and there only, because there is a possibility that I will be covering that in the upcoming discussion, or that can be the fielding question. That means that may deviate us from the main pitch. Okay, that means it will take little time. I will address it maybe at the end of the session. And if it is relevant, I will take there only. After that, there will be question and answer session as far as this subject is concerned, this topic is concerned. I'm sure there are many people who also have career related queries and ProTouch course related queries. which we will be taking at the end of the session. So if you have any questions related to course, related to certification, which I will take it at the end of the session. So are you all set to learn new things? Yes, let me know. Yeah. And most important is I will need a lot of your insights. I will need a lot of, interaction with you. Okay. So do you promise me that you will contribute? Let me know. Do you promise me that you will contribute? Yes?
Yeah, I will promise.
Amazing, Dinesh. Thank you so much for that. So do contribute, do ask questions, and let's learn from each other. That's what I will say. So first question, very, very first question on your way is, and you can put it in the chat box. What is the main objective of HR role? Put it in the chat box. What is the main objective of HR role? What HR wants to achieve? Okay. Taruna says personnel management. Let me open my chat window. People development. Okay. Transformation, smooth function, more specific. Nitu, try to be more specific. To Vaishali Bajaj deserves a big round of applause. I think this is what is the learning which you have from last session. Act like a favicol, like a glue. Performance, employee engagement, using manpower. Okay, from manpower, let's shift to workforce management, more gender neutral word. HR needs to be very inclusive. Right skills at the right place, dealing with all ensure. Okay, Monica, so nice to see you. And you can see the answer coming from your session, which we had. Great. Balance between employee and employer. Johnson, give him a big round of applause. Everyone, wherever you are sitting. First thing is coming is productivity. To decrease unemployment, Karan, HR is not into social work. Yeah, create job, positions, it is fine. However, from organization perspective, just see, there must be, how many people must have given the answer till now? Maybe 25? And in 25 people, we have got one answer, which is closer. Absolutely, Vaishali Bajaj. And Vaishali is coming up with the answer. And now you will get to see, ultimately, no matter which division we work in, very important, we are here to create business. If we do not do that, then our role is going to be in danger. Because if you look at it, what is the definition of organization? When two and more people come together to achieve organizational goal. And when we talk about organizational goal, fundamentally, it is revenue. Am I right or wrong? Please let me know.
Yeah, right.
Yes, fundamentally is have revenues. See, once we achieve fundamental goal, other things will follow. Yes, when people will start charity, when their tummy is full. Am I making sense? Yes, if we don't have, then from where will you get it? And still we will do it. That is an attitude. However, on practical grounds, it's very important for all of us to know that it's revenue, it's profit. And how HR can generate profit? You will say our role is not customer facing. How we will generate profits? You can unmute. One of you can unmute. Retaining employees. Okay, retaining employees by building internal stakeholders. Juhi, wonderful point. By building internal stakeholder. Taruna, I have a question for you.
Why?
Yeah, Taruna, just unmute yourself. Yes. So I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So do you mean to say retain all the employees?
Wonderfully, yes, if they are also willing to.
There are many people who are willing to, but are you willing to retain them?
Depending on the skill sets.
Depending. Yes, Devasana, come on.
Yeah, HR job is to ensure competent people are available to perform the job.
Absolutely. And loyalty may not be the retention strategy. I'm working with you for 10 years. What is it that you're contributing? Am I making sense? Everyone,
Yes.
right? So we need to think from a lot of business perspective, and we have to keep our emotions aside. Tough job. Another question for all of you. Okay, now let me do some small whiteboard activity with all of you. There is a person A. Okay, there is person A. There is person B, and there is person C. Okay, person A is a star performer. Person B is a average performer. Person C is below average performers. Who deserves next level promotion? Put it in the chat box, please. Who deserves next level promotion? Person A is a star, person B is average, person C is below average. And most of you are writing star. I have a question for people who are saying B. Who said B? Please let me know. Anyone can unmute yourself who has said B. Yeah. So Sri Lekha has said B. I can see that. Sri Lekha, can you unmute yourself and let me know?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, first of all.
Very good evening.
I think that by giving the chance to B will make him to perform more better.
Sri
So that
Lekha, you know, 2 days back, I watched a movie called Luck by Chance.
okay.
Can you be at workplace by luck? Think about it. Think about it. And if you do well, work like luck by chance, your job will be in trouble.
No, not just by luck. So if the average performer is being addressed and giving a next level promotion, so he can able to contribute more and can.
So I have a
perform
question,
well.
Sri Lekha. What will happen with B if you, sorry, A, when you give promotion to Mr. B or Miss B or person B? What will happen to A? Amrita?
The person will get demotivated
And
will lose interest
and
and might leave the job because
absolutely right. This is one action A will take. What is the message we are
and
giving?
I feel that
What is the message we are giving when we give to B?
we are taking the star performance for granted.
Absolutely. Am I making sense? Everyone, let me know in the chat box. Are you finding it meaningful? So HR and promotions is not only about promoting people, but it is also about what message are we giving. Making sense? Because then, array, here you don't work. Star performance will never get promotion here, right? But none of you asked me the question. Please tell me some more about A, B, and C. And let me tell you today, 4 P's when people get the promotions. Interesting? Yes? 4 P's. What are 4 P's? The first P is your performance. First P is your performance. No compromise on this. It can be average, it can be below, it can be star performance. Below average becomes very tough. P is fine with everyone. To go on next level, you need, first of all, performance. What is it that you have done in the past? That is performance. Second P is all about potential. What is potential? Anyone?
Ability,
Ability?
capability,
Capability? That
competency.
means
Yeah,
competence,
capability.
Capacity,
capacity. Wonderful,
Will
powerful words.
will he be able to take up more responsibility?
Yeah,
And ability
capability of
to
taking another level.
take a risk and work
Dinesh?
efficiently.
Work efficiently?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now, for example, Dinesh is my employee or team member. If I give him training, if I give him a space and a platform, will he be able to perform? You all must have received this feedback once in a while. At least I received. You know, you have a potential, but you're not using it. Did you receive this kind of feedback in your past?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have a potential, but you're not using it. Potential means there is one X factor, two X factors, which you all have, which are like blessings. Yes. However, you're not using it. So when people go in the corporate world on the next level, the second P comes very important, is a potential. Now, another P I'm going to tell you, everyone. It's called preparedness. What is it? Are you prepared to take the next level role? Yeah. Trisha has a potential. Tisha has a great performance. But is she ready to become a captain? Is she prepared? Then Trisha says, Are, kaam deke to dekho. Right? And can we take the chance? Like, for example, imagine a captain of cricket team comes, says, you make me captain, then I will show you. Sometimes your captaincy position will be also on hold because you have performed, you have potential, but you're not prepared for that position. Hey, am I making sense to everyone? Think about it. And very important last P I'm going to tell you, all the participants, please look at it. And that is called P for personality. What is it? Now, personality does not mean how do you dress up, does not mean how do you, what kind of hairstyle you have. No, personality means your ethics, your integrity. How is your relation with your team members? Absolutely, Adya. How is your behavior? What are your values? Am I making sense, everyone? Of course, some kind of physical appearance also matters a lot. Okay. And in fact, if one of the P is missing, then your next level promotion will be at stake. And even though you are a great performer, you may face a stagnation if there is no potential, if you are not prepared, if you have personality issues. All our 4 Ps, find it useful for you? I'm a great performer. Like, for example, you will see lot of cricket cases like Hardik Pandya. He was in news when he made a very objectionable comment on women. You recall that episode? You might be having great numbers, but you don't have a personality. And that can be the barrier. So, till now we have always thought about performance. If you give performance, you will go ahead. If you give performance, you'll go ahead. But that may not be the reality. So now, let me ask you one question. Currently in your career, wherever you are, if you have to work on 1P, let me put that whiteboard in front of you, 1P, what will be that 1P you would like to, or you need to work on if you want to go on next level in your company? What is that 1P you need to work on? Let me know. If you feel that I don't want to put it on public forum, send me a private message. I'm okay. So I hope you have not taken personality as a how do you look, huh? No, we don't want Bollywood heroines or celebrities here. Personality means it can be as simple as, are you punctual? Are you honest? Are you maintaining all the records in the company? Are you following the processes? Are you a giver? Are you helping your team members? Or you are holding the information? Are you approachable? Is there anyone from the personality want to change now after understanding this definition? Think about it. So I can see many people have written preparedness, and you need to prepare. Now, how you can prepare is, how can you prepare for the next level job? I want to prepare. I want to be captain. But then how? It's a question. And now let me tell you one thing. By taking initiatives, by taking more responsibilities in the organization. And if you think, utna kaam jitna daam, then it is tough. Am I making sense to everyone? Because today when you will be attending the session, you need to wear those different hats. One hat is like your learner. You are also managing your career, but you are also HR. So now, for example, if a case comes in front of you, right, that the person is a performer, but that is not sufficient. You need to look at these angles when you will be promoting the person on the next level. There is a possibility that there is a person who has a performance, there is a person who has a potential, but not preparedness. Give feedback to those people, let them know in what area they need to work on, and then they can take care of it. People who have personality issues, timing, reporting, egos, anger. I had one boss who was a wonderful boss. But he was very angry. I used to get very angry. One day he picked up the chair and threw it at one person. Do you think this person will stay in the company? You might be a performer, but still you will not be there. Give people feedback. Did you find this useful for you? Let me know. Did you find it useful for yourself? Yeah. Yes. So I will take a pause here right now, and I will take one question, and then we will go for skill will metrics. Let me take one question here. Anyone has a question? Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Go ahead, Adya.
Ma'am, the part where you said preparedness is about being prepared for the next level.
Yes.
I also asked it in the chat box actually. Does adaptability also get encompassed in it?
If your next level job requires, certainly yes. So, Adya, this is, many people think the career progression is automatic. Like, for example, like in schools, if you get 50%, that person also goes to next class. 60%, that person also go to next class. And 90% also goes in the same division next class.
Right, ma'am.
It is not a school. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And this is where we need to make a lot of things that you need to know, Adya, which next position are you targeting? What is it that you want to become, right? Another thing is this, I will suggest to you that is, observe the person who is already doing that job. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
For example, right now you're an HR generalist and you want to become HR BP.
BP.
Right? The person is already there in the company. Observe. One day at least observe, sit down, write down. For example, with you, Pahul is the person who is HR BP. Now you want that position. What Pahul is doing? What Pahul is doing right? What qualities Pahul has? What Pahul is not doing right? What quality he does not have? Because when you will be asking for the next level, that is the time you need to pitch.
Right, ma'am.
Making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
How that person talks, what kind of meetings, what kind of reports, what kind of analysis that person is making. That makes a huge difference. For example, that level you need analytical skills, you need to have that analytical skills. Wonderful question. Do I address that question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Excellent. Are we ready to go next level, everyone? Yeah? Great, Monica. Thank you so much. So now, very important, we are going to see that, we have seen that if you want to go on next level in your company, or you want to conduct, appraisal is a one part. You have got what people have done in the past, how Adya has performed. She got maybe out of 5, 4 rating. Amrita has got 4.5 rating. Minnie has got 3 rating. Your ratings are there, but what are you going to do after that? Which is very important. And there are many models are used. However, there is one model which is used very, very effectively. And that is called skill will metrics. Okay. So there is another thing which you can read, or we can also have a webinar next time on situational leadership. But skill will metrics talks about 2 important factors. What is skill? What is skill? Yes. Let me know.
The USP of the
USP of the
person.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we say it knowledge, skill, attitude. Knowledge, skill,
Expertise, yeah.
ability. Knowledge, skill, and ability. That is KSA. Okay. You can conduct interviews. You can scan resumes very well. You can pitch to the customer very well. Aparna can conduct training session very well. That is a skill, right? But then what is will? What is will?
Do I really want to do it?
Ah,
Why should I do it? This is less
wonderful.
small thought out.
Wonderful. Why should I do it? How wonderfully you are said. Oh, they are depending on me. Let them call 10 times. So I want to do it or not. Can you evaluate the skill of the person? Can you evaluate the skill of the person? Can I say Adesh has a skill or not? Can I say Anjali has a skill or not? Yes. And how will you evaluate skill of the person?
By the attitude?
But that is will. Attitude is not skill.
Putting someone on the job.
Putting someone on the job. For example, the performance rating in the past itself will say how proficiently the job has been done. Am I right? But now how will you evaluate? For example, you want to check my skill. You will conduct feedback. Getting my point? Someone is working on customer care. How many errors we have received? How many good feedbacks we have received? How many people recommended that particular person? Yes or no? A person coming from a Swiggy also has a star rating nowadays. They say, madam, rate kar dena, huh? Right? So you can say the skill you can evaluate, but how can you evaluate will?
By watching the person's behavior in the past.
Juhi, you are my manager and you are
maybe
biased.
by how is मैम like कि वो कितना participate कर रहा है उस particular job में, कितना initiative वो ले रहा है.
बहुत बढ़िया. Participation. Adesh, Adya, we have discussed this. 360-degree may not be for everyone, for everything, every time. It's very important. And you may not like what I say, but I'm telling you the reality. People observe you all the time. Are you coming on time? Are you helping your team members? How are the notes you are taking in the meetings? What questions you are asking? What initiatives you are taking? What feedback you are giving? How are you managing the fights in the organization? Are you a part of politics? Are you the part of gossips? Making sense, everyone? Think about it. First of all, we are going to be HR on the second level. First, we all are employees. Are we the part of all this? And it will impact my will quotient. Yeah. So let's take more on this. Let's have a look at this one. Right? On one parameter, there is will. On one parameter, there is will. On one parameter, there is skill. Now you can see there is, what is it? Low will, low skill. And if you're working somewhere, if you have a team, you can put these people in your mental metrics right now. You can see who can fall in this. Sometimes you may also fall in this. Low will, low skill. There are people who will be like high skill. They are doing fabulous job. But they are part of everything. Will. They are part of gossip. They are part of politics. They are part of making other people negative. There are people, am I making sense? Everyone. They may have a brilliant idea, but they'll say, "Jao, main kyun bolu? Karne do." Have you come across such kind of people? Let me know. Have you come across such kind of people? Put it in the chat box. Yes, 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 yes. There will be junk of people, and best part is they are great at skill. There can be number one people. And if the performer is there, but low will is there, maar diya jaye, ke chhod diya jaye, bol tere saath kya saluk kiya jaye. And now this person will not get promotion, and hello, this person will say, see, what is it that I got? Making sense? How are you going to manage these people? Another is high will, but low skills. Another is high skill and high will. Tell me, if I say like, if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Which number people are best to have in the organization? Which is the number? Which is the number? Number 2. Yes, we can empower them, get their skills. You're right. Number 2, followed by number 1. right? These are two important quadrants we get to see. Till here, are you with me? Everyone following? There must be some freshers, right? We are going to have a cases on the same basis. Okay, are you with me? Are you finding it interesting till now, everyone? Great, because it's all about people, so people, we always think about it. So according to you, let me ask you one question. What kind of people, let me share this. What kind of people will fall in the first quadrant? What kind of people will fall in the first quadrant? That is high will, high
Maybe,
skill. Huh.
maybe the freshers or
Excellent point here. So what point which is coming up? Maybe new joinees. Hey, my new joiners are so good. I'm joining new company. I'm starting my new career. I'm excited to work here. But I don't know what to do, how to do, to whom to report. Skill is not there, but will is there. What kind of people will be in this quadrant? That is high skill, high will.
Experienced person.
Experienced, okay.
senior leadership.
Senior leadership, I think you are very well said. That is majorly, senior leaders. Then you have, someone said, visionaries. They are like visionaries. Making sense to everyone? They will always have high skill, high will. Every time they want to give best to their companies. Okay, so that can be one reason. What kind of people will be in high skill and low will? What kind of people? Rakhi? Anyone, please unmute. Anjali, what do you think?
50
Disengaged?
plus, 50
Yeah.
plus persons.
Huh?
Middle management.
You are giving age group?
Maybe
Middle-
attitude problem.
See, they have skill.
I think people in this category can be people who are misfit or people at the wrong place.
If
So
you
they
look
have
at
the
it,
skills, but they are really demotivated.
Maybe middle management of the company.
majorly the
Ma'am,
people. Yeah, go ahead.
maybe who don't have a hunger to learn more and more things or more
Absolutely.
initiative to take
Wonderful
initiative.
word you have used. So here we get to see people who are working with you since a long time. But now the hunger is going. Hunger is my favorite word, Pahul, you have used. But there is no hunger. And now, which kind of people will be there in the low skill, low will? What Amrita said at the beginning, what are those people? Misfits. Misfits. वो आते हैं ना कि चल मैं जॉब ढूंढ लेता हूँ, यहाँ पे ज्वाइन तो कर लेता हूँ, 3 महीने में दूसरी मिल जाएगी. होते हैं. This kind of people are there around, yes or no? Yeah. Getting my point? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think these are just hand-holding people. Was here.
How
So
was it?
like you said, okay, I've got the job, and this very nice environment in the organization, and the person says, yeah, but I don't have the skills. He's like, okay, just get in. I'm there to help you out. But when this person enters, so enter होने के बाद में होता totally different है, because he's like, okay, I'm an engineer and I have different skills. Maybe I'm into data science, but what I'm getting a service desk job.
Absolutely.
So this person, but he has already entered and he has few of his folks over there. So he's like just trying to sail over there, but at the end,
Wonderful.
again,
I think you have given the right answer. And these
Thank you.
people, it's not like that at the beginning they have low will, huh? But over a period of time, maybe in a 1 month, 15 days, 1 month, they get to say, this is not my love. They realize that. love at first sight. It was just an infatuation. Hota hai, right? Is it wrong? I will not say. But the thing is this, as a HR, we should know and put these people in these buckets. High will, low skill, new employees, desire to build a career, don't know how to do. Misfit, sometimes parasites, time pass. High skill, low will, star performer, they're star. Senior people, stagnant. And high will, high skill, loyal, achievers, thinkers, inspire other people. See, one thing is very important. Whether person falls in any quadrant, and today you may see Adya is falling in, say, low will, high skill. Can we ask Adya to leave? Can we ask people to leave? Only thing is this, as a HR, it is very important for all of us to put people in these baskets and come up with the strategies. Okay. So now let's have a look at the case. Okay. You all will work, but don't put your answers till the time I tell you. I will pick up one person and we will discuss. Is that fine with you? Yes? Great. So now let's go ahead and see this one. Let's have a case. Supriya, working with Midcon Private Limited with 3 years, since 3 years. She performed well. She was expecting promotion. However, Sachin from her team got a promotion. Supriya was disappointed, not willing to accept Sachin as her boss. Supriya starts talking to all the team members that management is biased and there is no future in this company. Which box Supriya falls in? First question. Which box Supriya falls in? And this question is, okay, put it in the chat box. Put it in the chat box. So Satal, I think you need to still look at the case properly. She performed well. She performed well. Absolutely, Pahul, Divya, Trisha, I can see you. Adesh, I can see you. So she is in quadrant high skill and low will. Now this case comes to you as a HR, right? Line manager comes and say, boss, please take care of this girl in my team. I'm not able to handle her. She's not even, responding, but she's important. How are you going to deal with her? What actions will you take? What actions do you think you will take? Deepika, Divya, give feedback. Okay, Pinky is saying give feedback. Guide. Guide, motivate. Feedback. Okay.
Maybe
Great.
make a friendship.
Make a friendship. Oh, you must look at, I mean, day today, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, I'm coming up with video. Can you become a friends at workplace? Okay, you must watch that. You will get to know that on my LinkedIn. Okay. Giving feedback. Giving feedback. But you know what has happened here? As a HR, oh my God. Venkat, amazing. I was about to say that you have taken my words. We need to be very proactive. Maybe before giving even a promotion to Sachin, we need to take Supriya in the loop.
Actually, I'm sorry. I have been experiencing this, and this is so painful for me also. I have experienced this sometime back in my career. I just expected my leader to be proactive in reaching out to me. Okay, Venkat is expecting for the same. So before Venkat, kind of thinking anything, why can't, my leader, just takes me into a room and just discuss about Venkat. These are the areas where you can, you can do better. And, when you get better, definitely there will be opportunities coming our area. At least I'm expecting that empathy from my leader. or else all my hard work dedication will be kind of will definitely don't go in the right direction, and I may become like kind of low will after some time.
Absolutely. Staying there becomes very tough, isn't it? Going to that office become tough. And we have a live case here. Thank you so much. Can we give love to Venkat? I want everyone to give a love to Venkat. Everyone. Yes. Many very, because when people discuss all this with us, that is the time we learn, everyone. That is the time we learn. Right? Otherwise, we don't learn. And these are all live cases you will get to see. Yes. So very important. And we are all considering also that in this case, that Supriya's attitude has changed after that promotion, not before. But cases can be handled very well, even though one person has no competence, more proactive, and afterwards, don't give only feedback. Make sure that person has a mentor or a coach after that. Otherwise, what is happening? We are saying, hey, you have a cancer, but I don't have a remedy. Get ready to die. Is it a right approach? Think about it. And line managers will also come to us as a HR that, hey, please take care. Because line manager needs performers, but HR, we are being people oriented. We need to be very careful how are we dealing with people. Yes, everyone, did you get the lesson here? Yeah, amazing. Let's have another case study now. I mean, scenario I have given. These are real-time scenarios in my career we have looked at. Now, this is another. Karan has joined company Telex. He comes with a huge energy, enthusiasm. Every meeting, he contributes effectively. He remains curious by asking questions. Karan reports to Rashmi. Rashmi, senior manager, advised Karan to control. Since she is working with Telex since long time, she updates Karan. The culture in Telex is very conservative. Karan gets the message and start controlling himself. That means he stopped asking questions, calm, cool, Over a period of time, Karan starts feeling suffocation. His thoughts do not get away. You need those ideas, everything, enthusiasm, there should be gateway. And young Karan decides to leave and shares HR that he is not culture fit. So first of all, where Karan falls. First, let's focus on Karan. Where Karan will fall. Number one. Right now, Karan is a new joinee, and if you look at it, number one means what? Let me put that slide in front of you. Right now, see, please understand, don't go on the current situation. If you look at it, he has a high will. He had a, maybe low skill. He's new here. But what has happened? Where Rashmi falls now in this case? High skill, low will, low skill, low skill. Karan is high. That is fine. But where is Rashmi? Rashmi is high skill, low will. Getting my point? And which are the people are generally in this box, orange box? We have seen this.
Old employees,
Senior
stagnant.
employees.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And sometimes looking at Karan's enthusiasm, what will happen to this person?
She's feering that
there
I
can
think
be insecurity.
insecurity.
There can be,
Yeah.
absolutely. That with a lot of energy.
Reduce the ability to work and performance that. So that what enthusiasm that enthusiasm no work. So you don't have an focus on work and do not to improve the performance that you work at.
Absolutely.
And she does not want to break her comfort level. And
there can be n number of reasons, but you will also see that if there is a high skill or high will person comes, the other people may feel insecurity. Okay,
Because employee
Venkat,
want
come
to-
on, come unmute yourself.
Yeah.
She might think that Karan might take her place in future or may get more promoted than her.
Maybe. So Venkat has something to say. He says that I do not agree that we should not correlate always with experience or age. It mostly depends on attitude of a particular person. So I think what Venkat is saying has a point. We cannot say all senior people are like that. No. We cannot say that all senior people also can be visionary. Right or wrong? Senior people also can be less skill, low will now. Right? So let's not categorize that all youngsters are like this and all seniors are like this. No, as he said very rightly, it totally depends on person to person. Making sense or not? Otherwise, तो फिर आपके साथ कोई रहना ही नहीं चाहिए, छोड़ देना चाहिए आपका जॉब जल्दी से. Then what is the point? Yes, but there is a possibility that it may happen. So now, what is it that we are going to do? And let me share certain tactics HR or line managers uses. Let's have a look at it. Very important. People in this low skill, high will, we need to guide them. How to do, what to do, when to do, who is who, right? People who are into, for example, low will, low skill, direct them. You sometimes here, you really need to be a little stern. You really need to give a notice that if you do not do it, then it is problem. Making sense? If you have a people who are into high will and high skill, these people are the assets of the company. And this is where you need to empower them, give them better projects, give them better platforms, make them coaches. They are the role models in the company. And suppose these people are here, high skill, but low will, very important, motivate them. But this happens here. Let me give you some practical side of it. Let's have a look at this one. You may find it very interesting. High will, low skill. They need a coaching, and especially with the higher authorities. Their interaction with higher authorities should be high, because these higher authorities skill people shows them what is the future in the company, what is the culture in the company, where you can go, what you can do. Am I making sense? Everyone, arrange trainings for them. Also, ask them to contact high skill, low will people. However, you need to find out who are the pure in that. Which people are pure? Because there can be some people may not be pure. So you need to be very careful. These new people or high skill, high will, low skill people, with whom are they contacting? Another thing is this. Let's come to this low skill, low will. First, guru ki talash. What do I mean by guru ki talash? Give them great mentors from either this quadrant or this. Give them good mentors. Give them, right? And if at all there is no will, आप कुछ भी करोगे तभी भी नहीं बदलाव आ रहा है, then they have to evaporate. That means they need to go. Because these people are going to spoil the entire organization's culture and environment. I know HR people will think very rude about it, but there is a limit. because at the age of 24, 25, or after that age, changing someone's attitude is very difficult. And we need to understand there is a cost attached to this person. Making sense, everyone? Now, when you come to high skill and low will, there are two kinds of people you will see, not all. There are some people who have good skill, but there is little will problem, right? Purify them. Who will purify them? These people will purify them. और बात करेंगे, अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट देंगे, कॉन्फिडेंस देंगे. But some people, if there is a problem, there is a resistance to change, कोई असर नहीं कर रहा, then again some of them you may have to make a compromise and evaporate. Am I making sense to everyone? I'm sure this you may find it sometimes little tough to do it, but that is how it works in the organizations. On paper, I will say. In books, it is little different. Every time in books, hopes, guide, coach, yes, 100%. However, there is a limit of every organization. And let me tell you here again, what comes into the picture is like, at what level your organization is. Is your organization maybe at the maturity stage? That means you are there since 20, 25 years. You have a capacity to sustain, pay the salaries. Fine, you can. But if your organization is a startup, you have financial crunches, or you cannot show that time patience. Are you getting my point? And sometimes that patience can cost us high, because one unsatisfied and willing, for example, there is no willing to work, that one person can spoil minimum 5 people. And when they leave, that is another cost. It's not only like, for example, Pahul is there. I'm paying 25,000 for him, right? As a salary right now. And I'm giving him a lot of time, say, for example, 4 months. So how much is the cost of Pahul? Direct cost is 1 lakh, right? However, Pahul speaks to another 3 people, and these 3 people leaves because of the conversation we are having, and they're also in the same range. So 3 lakhs. And now you have to get new people. New people will take 6 months to settle down in your company. What is the cost? And very important, because of these people, what is the business you have lost? Opportunity cost loss. Am I making sense to everyone? Let me know. Now, this is what I had to discuss with you regarding skill will metrics. Now I'm taking a pause. I want to know if you have any questions. Anything you have something to say, contribute, let me know. Yes. Did you find it useful? Yes, Khushbu, go ahead.
It is indeed an eye-opening session, ma'am. It's a wonderful session. And yes, getting a lot of insights on this. And also it helps us to reflect on ourselves. When you showed that a quadrant, it helps us to reflect on yourself, that whether you are on a high will or skill, what were the 4 quadrants you showed. But I have one doubt, ma'am, when you we spoke about this current. So where this current falls in? Because according to me, he falls under high will and low skills.
So he's in the first quadrant. Yes,
right.
He's
because
curious. He wants to know.
High, so I got confused.
No. So he is right now, if you look at it, of course, this is a scenario. If I have to give you 2 pages case study, then I will develop, I will tell about Karan more. And there is a possibility that he also have all this. But, in any company, if you want to have a high skill, it takes time, Khushbu. Am I right, everyone? Am I making sense to everyone? Aisha, sorry, I'm stopping your video. Yes. Am I making sense? It takes time, no matter. Like, for example, if you have a person from a Indian cricket team who has played in India many matches, and now he joins, suppose, Australia cricket team. He is highly skillful. However, the pitch is new, system is new, language is new, weather is new, and everything takes time, even though you have experience. So in any company to reach at very skillful level, it takes time. That we need to understand. And the problem is these youngsters, what happens? Once you become skillful, you leave. And then your cycle also starts somewhere else, again from scratch, which is something, tough for any career. Very difficult. Great question, Khushbu. Any other question? Please let me know. Thank you, Adesh. Thank you so much. I could see you were smiling. you were smiling, yes. Any other question you have?
Ma'am, I have something to ask.
Yes.
Ma'am, you said people who fall in the quadrant where they have high skill but low will.
Huh.
Those people, people from that quadrant can be taken as mentors
Yes.
for people. But ma'am, then they are resisting to that thing.
No, that is what I said. You need to categorize them. You need to see which, you have to look at the purity of the person.
Okay.
Right? Look at the purity of the person. Purity means, okay, will is less, but that person is not harmful to the company.
Then
to
there
the
are
team.
chances of error.
See, there is always possible, but we cannot see. You should be. I mean, it is not possible. Otherwise, unnecessary attrition will start. That means you are not trusting your team.
Right, ma'am. Right.
Right. So that is why we have to be very careful.
Got it.
Got it? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So there will be some people, sometimes, you also need to tell them, Adya, like, for example, the person is there. Yes, Venkat, add something. For example, Pahul is there. He is in that category. And we say, Pahul, see, in the past, we have seen some things are happening, but we are giving still opportunity. Go ahead. Yeah. So that works. Just a minute.
Like pseudo motivation.
Yes, of course. So Venkat, you have something to add. Please go ahead. And then we will go to Vasim. If Venkat is not there, Vasi, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to add one point that, we have, as you said, it will be a big problem dealing with the people who are high skill and low will. And this common attribute I have come across in these people, in this quadrant people, are reluctance. They feel like they know everything and they feel like they are not so valued. So dealing with these people is not very easy. And, especially, two people need to work with them very closely. One is our senior leaders who would be able to nurture them and guide them, a kind of, they need very smooth handling. Like, the handling should be, more careful than our new joiners, because new joiner accept everything and they're very open-minded. They wanted to learn and they wanted to understand. But these people have a reluctance and have, negative mindset. And these people always think that, when we are saying something, they always put themselves into the situation and they just point to themselves. So saying something also very hard with them. So what I have seen is, but these kind of situations we can deal with the help of senior leadership as well as HR. And HR plays a very major role here, because if I'm a manager to that person may not listen to me. But if the HR speaks, because HR comes from, very different, skill set, and HR always be outside of the business context, especially his work, more of his work and all. So HR has a lot of topics and, HR can tune him in a better way to just, to break the assumptions, to break the myths that he has been holding in his mind, he or she.
Absolutely, Venkat.
But the $1,000 million question here is, does allow HR having that much time? Because when I look at the organizations, the employee to HR ratio, I don't think so. I'm not judging, or I'm not, kind of generalizing this, but to deal with these people, we definitely need HR. That's what my opinion.
I think you are absolutely right. However, in my experience, there are two ways which we handle. One, when HR comes into the picture, the employee gets scared. HR tak baat chali gayi.
That's all because of the HR being busy in many areas, and HR ratio is not so good in organizations. HR is not having that kind of a relationship with these employees these days. If you are meeting me every day, if you are sharing if you are giving some feedback about my development opportunities in the next call, I won't feel something weird. If all of a sudden HR getting into my contact, then I feel weird.
It becomes tough. So what we do, and sometimes companies cannot afford to have too many HRs. So generally this problem we solve it with immediate boss and boss ka boss, super boss. So that these two people, the super boss may not be HR, but has a people management skills. Okay. And that is how we try to resolve it. But otherwise, as you said rightly, that is where HR needs to come into the picture. Can we give a lot of thanks to Venkat, right? Because there are very few people who will share and contribute and express our, because that is what is the learning which we have. Thank you so much, Venkat. Thanks a lot. Right. And I can see a lot of things are coming in the chat box because it's people management. So Karan is, let me tell you, it's a fictitious character. Okay. So I don't know whether now Karan is there or not. It will be tough for me to say. And yes, many people think like Rakhi is also saying that still we have to give. Rakhi, think about it, and I'm sure it is not only Rakhi's question, it is everyone's question. I have one question for everyone. You all have employees at home. I mean to say, you have your helps, you have your drivers, yes or no? Everyone. But now you have a driver who has a problem, who is working with you since long time. You tried. What will you do? What will you do? You will keep on making him understand?
Ma'am, first of all, I will try to understand what is the actual problem he is facing.
हाँ, किया आपने 1 महीना किया.
Then तो obviously I'll tell him that if it's
this is the entrepreneurship we say, na? Like for example, people should have an entrepreneurship mindset. What do I mean by that? When the money goes from your pocket, you will not even wait for 1 month. And when it is going from company's pocket, you will wait for 6 months. Why? Because you want to be good with that person.
Maybe because we have already trained that person, like he's highly skilled, and if we can
But will you still keep? Will you still keep? I have a question.
I will see his performance.
Driver's performance.
Yeah, if he is not improving, then obviously.
So performance is good now. Performance is good. What is performance? He drives well. He has license. He knows roads very well. He comes. But now he has a problem that he says, Madam, मैं 4 ही दिन आऊंगा.
Yeah, then we have to take another action.
Then 4 ही दिन आऊंगा. Then Rakhi क्या करती है? Rakhi बोलती है, okay, if you are coming 4 days, so I have remaining 3 days. For remaining 3 days, let me have another driver. Now this person calls this person, says, क्यों काम कर रहा है? कितना दे रहे तेरे को? So he's trying to spoil this person also. And I'm sure this happens when you have 2-3 helps in your house. I'm sure you must have seen this happening. कभी नहीं जमता इन लोगों का. And that is it what I'm trying to tell you. Because, it is very tough. Like someone has written in the chat box also, for entrepreneurs, it is very tough. There has to be one limit. And as I told you, Rakhi, if that person takes my 3 people along with that person, my cost is very high. Yeah. So Vasi, over to you. I think we will take a last insight from Vasi and then we will stop.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, first of all, I'm very much thankful to you, ma'am, for this wonderful session and all the inputs from you and the rest of the participants as well. Just to add on or just to comment on something, like you said, I totally agree. Everything takes time, right? And I think we should have a two-way approach Like, for example, we should, just one example that I think of right now is that we should strengthen the feedback loop in all quadrants that need attention. So this has a, like, the continuous improvisation in everything. So that's one thing. And second, about HR, yeah, the people get afraid, and for that I think that line managers should change the perception of HR, because they should let the association know that they are not only here to take the actions. They are here to guide us, to help us in all possible ways. Because if HRs were only for taking the actions, then it would have been a different story. Then it would be like a hire and fire all the time, and that's not the case at all. So yeah, I think that's
You
what I
have a
wanted
point
to.
here. Sometimes what happens, Vasi, it's like a parenting. What do I mean by parent? Like, for example, if I know my child is making mistakes, as a mother, I keep on telling her, you're making mistakes, right?
Right.
He thinks, Arey, my mother keep on talking all the time. But when his teacher says, when the mentor from outside says the same thing, he agrees. In the similar way, there is a possibility that my manager keeps on talking this, he has an attitude problem, right? My manager is biased towards me, he's targeting me. There is a possibility. But when HR comes in the picture and shares the similar views, makes a difference. And when HR comes into the picture, HR needs to go with a very neutral approach. Like, for example, Pahul is reporting to Vasi. So I also need to take feedback of Vasi from other team members, other people, that how he's doing, how's the attrition in your team, Vasi? Why people have left already? Is there any already a problem or a complaint we have received? Any feedback we have received? And that is the time, maybe I need to talk to Vasi as well. Right. So I think this is how we have to work, because, dear participants, we are not working with robots. We are working with people. We cannot hire and fire the way we want, but these are the people dynamics HR needs to handle. Right. And this is where I will say the session comes to an end. I have already taken 15 minutes extra. I hope you found the session insightful. You have some takeaways. So before we go out and say goodbye to each other, I would love to know, what is your one takeaway from today's session? What is one takeaway from today's session? Everyone, let me know. I'm very curious to know, what is that one takeaway? Okay, Karan is already there saying you can take 15 minutes more. I can do that, but very important, we also need to look at and respect the time. I will stay back for your questions, no problem. But those who wants to leave can look at it. And others, please let me know, what is your one takeaway from?
Hi, Dr. Pranav. This is Monica here.
Hi, Monica. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm sorry I'm not video available today.
No problem. Huh?
But thank you so much. It was a very enriching session, and I really enjoy always attending your sessions. And the one takeaway for me would be the skill will matrix, actually, because I got insights that I didn't have earlier, and specifically about the handling the high skill, low will cases. I think I see a rise in my organization, and I think the takeaways from this session will be helpful in implementing them in my organization. How to handle these cases, what can be done, where you talked about the delegation part and the coaching part. I think what happens without being very mindful of the approaches, we at times do certain stuff, but when the things are out there clear in picture, that certainly helps. In fact, there is one more thing that I will be taking away with this from this session. That would be the 4 P's that we discussed about the session in the starting, and performance potential, preparedness, and personality. How you can consider a person for a higher role. So I would like to even add one thing. I know I'm happy today, so just letting you know. So
Sure,
today
go ahead.
I just got promoted in my current organization. So yeah, I have been promoted, and I'll be the VP, vice president in the organization.
Wow.
But when you shared this 4 P's, and I was already looking at, if I want to target the next position, that is the CHRO, then what are the things that are lacking? What I do need to do there to reach that? So I'll take a moment to celebrate the small things that has happened.
Everyone, big round of applause to Monica. Everyone, wonderful
much.
thing,
Thank you.
Monica. And you know what I learned from you, Monica? Just imagine she's on such a senior level. You know, everyone can easily say, I know it all. Look at the hunger for learn. I think salute. No wonder you are there. And this is called preparedness. This is called personality. Performance will be there. Performance sometimes goes here and there also sometimes. But as a person, as a personality, what is it you bring it to the organization makes a huge difference. Many, many congratulations, Monica.
Thank you so much. I think I learned so much from your company. So I'll be there. You will see me more in your sessions.
Always, always.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
I can-
everyone who's wishing me in the chat. Thank you.
Monica has also conducted one session last time. It is also available on our ProTouch YouTube channel. I think, Rahul, if you can share YouTube channel link on this, that will be nice. Keep following. And, that is what ProTouch also believes in the personality. We believe in dying empty. We believe in giving you our best. Learn as much as you can. If we can move your career from, say by 0.1% also, I think I will die calmly and coolly. That is what I believe in. So we will keep you posted, Karan. Karan is asking when will be the next session. I have given you my LinkedIn, link. I will also give you ProTouch LinkedIn link because that is where we post. But generally on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, we keep this. Sometimes it is in webinar format. Sometimes it is in a, learning, just a knowledge sharing session. So webinar, we try to get the expertise from the industry people, what is happening everywhere. And in knowledge sharing session, we try to give you, one concept, and that too not only concept, but practical aspect of it. That means you must have seen in today's session also, we took some cases and there are many people who came forward and said, yes, this happened with me, right? So these are the live cases which we discuss. Even in our regular classes, I think Adya is here, Pahul is here, Juhi is here, we can say. In our regular classes also, we conduct in a similar way. Sometimes even freshers find it a very different methodology. वो बोलते हैं कि PPT बताओ, content बताओ, and we are only into doing and discussing. That makes a huge difference. Okay, so now I will stop here. If you have any questions,